Part 2 of the Punters show, and plenty of little topics that we're going to go over here through our emails. And the first one came from Well Dressed Will, who Will is very happy that he's now called Well Dressed Will, Matt.
Is it a
You like that?
Yep. Yeah, he likes Well Dressed Will.
He wanted a nickname.
Yeah, he's got it.
He definitely deserves that.
Well Dressed Will. Put it in direction of the an article in the Age in the business section. I like when business sections writes articles on racing. It sort of gets away from the fluff and whatever. But on William Hill and how they're funneling profits out of Australia, and so William Hill of Bob Each Way is the title of that article. So have a look at it. But
you've read it, Dale?
Yeah. It's just like I think a lot of their profits are going to a loan that's been established in the Rock of Gibraltar,
it's a good rod, isn't it? It's a very good
I think from their parent company sort of thing.
The parent company makes a loan to the subsidiary company based in Australia, and then charges them an extortionate interest rate. So the subsidiary company has to pay, most of their profits in excess to the parent company,
which is just set up with a loan on the Rock of Gibraltar through a tax haven.
Is that Tom Waterhouse's job?
It's all William Hill. It's Sporting Bet Tom and who's the third? Centrebet.
Well, that'd be, and
pull the trigger. Now this is in response to your stuff, Glenn, last week about. Hey, what's that?
Nothing.
Shut him down. Come on, Dale.
Right, sorry.
Pull the trigger. This was your stuff last week, Glenn, about having riders come back and like with their responses, and he must have dug this up. This looks like
Mawingo was running.
Mawingo. This is what I wait from Age Race probably 2 years ago. Craig Williams, tactically the race didn't suit. She's run fourth on Southern Speed.
Okay.
Tactically the race didn't suit her where she was positioned, but at times for the last section will be close to the best in the race. So Craig's come back here, good on you. Yeah, Michael Walker, good effort. He's definitely right on track. Luke Nolan, Managar, he went exactly the same second up last time. Craig knew it. He went well. This is on Billionaire. The speed didn't suit and a good job. Ninth was Chris Simons on Winchester. Terrific run. I rode him to instructions and his last 200 metres was excellent. Ben Mellon really goes up in our estimations now on Mawingo.
Good on you, Benny.
He went shithouse.
On Mawingo. He went shithouse.
Even though the two beside him, Craig Newen on Billionaire, he went well, and Chris Simons on Winchester, terrific run. Last 200 metres, excellent. Nah.
What about Chris Simons? I read him to
instructions.
To give himself a little rap.
Yeah. Exactly right. You went shithouse.
Oh, what a great effort by Ben Mellon.
Yeah, thank you, Pull the Trigger.
Pull the trigger. And thank you, Ben Mellon. That's what we want to hear.
But the funny thing is that he's had to go back 2 years to find a race.
Okay. Getting on discussions with free to air or Sky or tipsters and all the rubbish we have to put up with. There's a bloke out there. I don't know him at all. Don't know his name. He seems a good style bloke. Got the grey. Is Mark Guest?
Yeah. Manager Stroke Williams.
He does do a good job. Tipping, he is a good tipster. Something, one of my days off, I'm sick and I'm diseased, I'm just home betting. There was somewhere the other day and his fourth number was number 9. It's $15 fixed odds. He said, "Punters, this shouldn't be $15. He last started was trap wide. This horse is over $15 finish. There it is on Betfair at 34s for $111, and it got the job done. It was just good to see a bloke.
Yeah.
I can't stand listening to any of them, besides maybe Duff a little bit. His goes are good, but Mark, yes,
give the thumbs up.
Yeah, well, he'll probably lose his job because of it, because he's not allowed to tip 30 to 1 chance. And, it's not what they want.
Right, Duff's the only one who's allowed.
The rest have got to be. You've got put those punters in the favourites. But I can listen to Guesty. He seems to have a good knowledge. Who's he managed?
Craig Williams.
Does he really?
Yeah.
The old man of the turf.
Yeah, there he is. Tweets, just in general, a lot of stuff have come in, in big discussions on this, Matt. More discussion on the breeding going around. We spoke about it last week with Wandjina almost being retired dissident. Added to that list this week was the all-conquering Hallowed Crown. It's now off to stud. And there was a lot of talk on that following the show the other day. But one of the good suggestions was from Hargraves GT, I think it is how you'd say his handle, was suggesting a minimum age for stallions of 5.
What, as a rule?
Yeah, can't be a stallion unless you're 5.
It's hard to put that in play.
Well, it's not going to happen because the breeders have to say.
There's only one way to fucking solve this thing. It's to run for ribbons. Like, pull the arse out of the prize money, and there's none of this shit happening.
Yeah.
Well, certainly decreased prize money is good. He's got a better idea.
It's just too lucrative.
We got to.
You sell yearlings for squillions of dollars, then of course anything that's looking hot for stud is hustled out.
Yeah.
Well, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had a nice colt. And
Somebody come and said he's 20.
I'd go, is that cash?
Yeah. We do the same thing, but it is just a false economy, isn't it? It's a false economy because of all the shit that happens at sales rooms.
Yeah, but also it's not a democratic society.
No, that's right, exactly. Yeah.
So we've got this fiefdom that are ploughing heaps of money into prize money to profit dealing prices.
Yeah, exactly right.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Could you imagine going to the boards of racing and saying, look, we want to put a bit of a our racing is becoming shit because every horse that's got 1/10 of a bit of ability is being retired to stud. Can we put a ceiling on it? Yeah, good as gold, no worries. I'm sure Mr. Massara and everybody else who's a breeder on the board would vote for something of that, wouldn't they? Just tax the punters more. That's what they'd have to do.
Wayne Hawkes was on RSN.
Yes, I didn't hear this, but it provoked a bit of comment.
I thought as a whole he was quite upfront about it all, and he goes, let's race them for ribbons if you want to find out something. But one of his quotes was, I always thought, how much better would racing be with all those blokes in the pubs betting on horses but actually own a horse? Then they'd really get behind the industry.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be a bad punter and own horses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Lovely. What about if every stable that wanted to realise that their money is being paid by punters, and then when they want to play the whole dual acceptor game just to fuck everybody around, maybe if they had a bit more of an idea about that, there might be more money in the industry. Blake's bum got a lot of.
It was well received by the industry. I've got to say that because everyone sort of was being positive, had a bit of a giggle. It was just good. It was good fun.
Right, so I wasn't at Canterbury on Thursday.
It was bloody hilarious.
Was it obvious?
No, going past the post you couldn't see it, but then as they went past the post, they've got the shot of the back of them.
Yeah.
He's not wearing any underwear, and they've got the stockings on because they wear the stockings, the boys, because they're half gay. And there's his dead set bear. I had a good size ass for a jock, nice and wide, pretty funny.
Yeah.
There was only one person who said anything funny about it. That was me, of course. And
what did you say, Glenn?
I yelled out, I couldn't happen to Claire Nutman, so...
Yeah. A few people mentioned Kathy on Twitter. They would have liked that.
Really?
She was your number 3 at some stage.
Oh, no, completely dropped. She had 30,
Slightly
didn't she?
What? She didn't get it slightly sweet.
only
She
one by a
didn't get a.
No. He was
Come
more.
on,
he was
come
more
on.
angry.
Slaughtered
He
it.
was more angry with it than happy with it. Don't worry about that.
She slaughtered it.
Yeah, but she did
I
what
said
you
we don't-
expected. She did what you expected.
Well, I've got to have
I tell you what
I've got to rate her to win by 5 lengths to back her, and then I know she'll destroy 4 to 6 lengths, and I saw the win by 1 or lose by 1, and she won by 1.
She could have destroyed it by 8 lengths, and that would have been a problem.
Yeah, but it was. Look, Blake's bum was bloody funny. It was well, and in the papers, there
Yeah,
was a good
made
giggle.
it to Channel 9 News.
Channel 7 News, yeah.
Yeah, it was-
I thought it was really well received. Whatever has happened there, whether he's obviously a button's fallen off
He
his
said
silks.
that the elastic or the string broke mid-race and he had
Oh,
no
he was
option.
he was.
Oh, so it was mid-race issue.
Yeah,
He could feel, he felt it, and then he just sort of...
coming down a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Fair enough.
And I guess there's nothing you can do.
You know, you got
No.
really old pajamas, they've lost
Yeah.
their elastic bit, and you race into the chair and they're sort of sliding down, and you go, man, what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly right. I'll just bear my ass.
Not like weird.
No.
Roble had a good comment on Twitter. He included Kathy and said, it's not the first time you've seen that ass before. And she was like, oh no, you didn't get there. You didn't go there, did you?
Yeah.
And someone else said, I think Roble's seen Shin's ass more than Kathy has. I thought that was quite funny.
That's so funny. I thought it was really well received by everybody.
Yeah.
The stewards could have dragged him in and been real narcs, and they've obviously had a giggle too. They could have been narky about that.
It's good for racing. Should be more of it.
Should be more
And it
nudity.
should be Kathy's or Squares.
Tweeting from Roy, call it 10 seconds
Is this
before.
Roy Milky?
No, not Roy Milky. Call it 10 seconds before Bathurst Race 3. On-course fashions in the field. Don't think they know a race about to start. Voila!
Yeah, well, what the hell are they doing with fashions on the field at Bathurst?
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, you win if you've got teeth.
Big hello to all our country viewers. Matt asked for tweets from the highlight. Lee Dalton, our man in Melbourne.
Saw him on the way out on
Yeah,
Saturday.
he said the highlight from the weekend had a threesome Saturday night after putting on a clinic after Flemington, meaning in one go banged more birds than Glenn has, or equal.
That's great effort, Lee.
Yeah.
And then after like 5 minutes, he's gone, and just to point out, it was with 2 girls.
Yeah. Hashtag both nines.
I don't do guys.
What a good guy.
Yeah, and then Alex has said Noel Callow cutting off Nick Hall's man bum.
It actually happened.
Nick Hall's man bum. What is
Man bun. He had this little gay thing on the back of his head.
And Noel Colour cut it off.
Yeah, he's cut it
What,
off.
in the jockey's room?
Yeah.
Just went bang. And went into the steward's inquiry.
Yeah, Stuart. Des O'Keefe, the jockey's thing had a stern. I've never seen such such things happen. You know, like
well done, Noel Callow. What
Yeah.
are those little things on the top of your head?
They've got to go, don't they?
They have got to go.
Lovely. Moving on to Adam, he said, "What are your thoughts on the
Can't say
Scott?"
that around here.
What do you mean?
They're everywhere.
Oh, they'd
Oh,
be,
they're everywhere in it, are they?
have they replaced the
What are
bushy
they, little
beard?
rat
Yes.
tails and puns?
Yes.
They've replaced the bushy beard.
Yes.
The bushy beard had to go. Is the
The
bushy beard?
bushy beard is still.
I think the
incredible.
bushy beard is still
still
big,
going.
man.
But
I-
how did they get so bushy so fast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's amazing how bloody
Yeah, you
how
know.
Burke and Wills the beard's got so quickly?
Yeah. No. It's amazing how you can wear that around.
Oh, they're actually in fashion shoots now. It's like accepted.
Yeah, I know,
It's
I know.
mainstream.
It started with that bloke on Travago.
Yeah, you-
Adam Travago with that beautiful girl.
Yeah, you like her.
Oh,
Anyway,
she's gorgeous.
Adam has said, "What are your thoughts on this Sky Travels where they cut the race collar off just after the horses cross the line and provide analyst bullshit voiceovers? I want to hear more from the race collar because you know that they've been watching it more closely, particularly in Sydney."
Weren't they just following on from Richie? Like it's the TVN did it. TVN's gone now. We
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah,
And speaking of Richie, where is Richie?
Got him on
Like
Wide
Caroline
World Sport.
Cissy Caroline Cissy got bumped on TVN, and then
Got it back?
like
Well, it'd be dollars and cents.
He's on Channel 9.
Carolyn, you're on 150. We'll give you 80 to keep you. All right, I'm coming back. Richie, you're on 400. We can offer you 120. No thanks. It'd be dollars and cents. That's it.
right, but how long can he? I mean, he's only got one go. Like how long can he hang out for the big guy?
He's on Wide World of Sports on Sunday mornings at the moment.
Well,
On
he'd be
the
on like
panel. What,
6 months
oh, on a-
redundancy, wouldn't he?
Oh right, so he's just going to be a talking head about sport. He's
Well,
not
he's
gonna
probably
care.
thinking he's commercial.
Yeah. So he's going to diversify.
His brother is
But he's
Matt
probably got
Callender.
6 months wages.
Yeah. I think they got a good redundancy.
They get
or
a
whatever.
redundancy.
They-
like-
I think
so I
they
thought you
got
still
better
paid.
than good.
So you fiddle around for 6 months, and I think sometimes the more patient you are, the better the deal you'll do. But maybe
Yeah, true enough.
it's all a
Fair
gamble.
enough. Like
I mean, but you know, we've lost him, and we've lost him, and to be honest, I don't mind Richie's company. I didn't like listening to him on the track. He's got a fucking 100 yards on what to giving us.
yeah, no,
It's
that's
fucking
right.
torture now.
Well, we lost Sheen and we lost Richie, and I don't think we could really afford to lose either.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I thought we could always get rid of Richie. I can't listen to him. I can't listen to
You
that
know, like
sort
what
of shit.
Duff's doing? I like.
Duff's pretty quiet, but there's so much Munsey. There's so much Brent. I like Brent, but I just can't listen to him all the time.
It's too much Munsey.
It's too much Munsey. We're on course. We've got to listen to it.
They are on.
That's right. Remember 1999 with them. We don't have to listen to this anymore.
I suppose they
Glenn
are.
Glenn goes
It's
off
a
the
long
web for tab,
broadcast,
please,
isn't it? It's a long broadcast. I suppose they do become after a while. You know, you listen to them, especially listen to them for almost 8 hours. It's a long time. It's almost like a telethon
But
every
it's
week.
torture, and then you've always got an ex-jockey in the mounting yard telling you what looks well. And I go, really? That looks well? We had Glenn Schofield one day saying, I like back in black horses.
Black horses, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Let's take
because
Black
of
Horses.
The thing that happened to me last week was
Six.
Don't cut that out.
I'm calling that a little note.
Nicole
G'day,
TQ. I've mentioned before that, so it's good, nice to hear from you, TQ. I may have mentioned before, back in the early 80s, I became a disciple of Don Scott's rating systems. I'm the same age as Mark. I turned 50 in a couple of months. Mark, you're in a week or two, aren't you?
that's right. Next week,
Good.
tomorrow week.
Besides the things I learned from form analysis from his hugely informative books at the time, I also learnt some very important disciplinary maxims from the likes of the famous punter Pittsburgh Phil and others that he published in his books. Things like never drink alcohol at the track, there's no such thing as the last race, etc. I became a very disciplined punter following his books and pretty much stayed that way for a few decades afterwards until Betfair came along. My partner hates the mere mention of the word Betfair for the amount of money I can hardly afford to have lost using it since I opened my account about 5 or 6 years ago. I can't blame him. To a non-punter it must seem crazy, but to a punter like myself, the opportunity to lay horses has rekindled my interest in this game. And simply trying to back winners was surely the realm of those who either weren't serious about winning long term, or those who were kidding themselves about trying to pick winners while betting everywhere on everything. The mug. Well, I still don't drink alcohol while punting, but fuck did I used to give it a nudge at other times. A DUI charge with a reading of .231 in the late 80s attested to that, and drinking about 16 cans each and every other night to master the issues in my life surely testifies to me not being a wowser when it comes to drinking. But it seems that all my aspects of my punting discipline have gone out the window, and I'd be surprised if I were Robinson Crusoe in that respect. Whenever I can, I'm up in the wee hours trading on the UK and Irish races. It's probably Glenn taking my money, but it's such an amazing betting trading on races over there. You can lay short prices about things that have next to no chance with less than 50 metres to go. So you can trade incredible odds in running during hurdle races. You can really make a mozza, but you can also get stung, on which of course I have. Horses leading by a mile, literally falling in the last hurdle, doing my most, should be taking $1.10 and just getting out when they were well clear, given silly prices for things that seem to not have a chance, but for some reason they end up winning. I'm not in front overall, I'm a long way behind over the years, but it still gets me in. Jesus, Tim,
Tim, what have you done to us?
yeah. This is why I'm a punter at heart and not a trader. I try to discipline myself and only trade, but the punter within seems to kick in all too often. At the end of the day, I hardly ever have two coins to rub together, exactly the same that Clint says about himself. It's amazing how much he says about his punting exercise I can relate to 100%.
Me and Teeny are soulmates here.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm writing this. I'm virtually admitting to being a mug, but it's Betfair. It still gets me in after all the time losing. Surely I'm not the only one.
A lot of people say they're losing Betfair, and a lot of pros say they're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the toughest school anywhere.
It's the only. I never stop winning it. It's weird, eh?
Maybe I'll try and remember some of the rules that I've tried to impose on myself over the years and then run them by you. One of them is when you see something suspect going on with the betting on Betfair, trying to remind yourself that you're not part of the sting. It's worked for me a bit, but seeing something like a good change drifting to buggery, drifting to buggery is hard not to buy into. Because I don't do any form these days, it's hard to find the time among solving all the world's problems. Another rule I've tried to impose is not entering a trading market until there's about 4,000 or so already traded.
You definitely need some volume on the race before you trade, otherwise you'll make a mistake.
And some sort of reasonable market has formed. However, it is rather enticing to lay something at what you think is unders, only to learn by start time it wasn't unders at all. And for a small punter trader, some of the provincial country meetings are the best places to trade on. Just that the market rarely starts forming until a few minutes from the start, which is frustrating. I wish Aussie punters and traders acted more like the
Well, we
pods.
all do, but they've got a bigger
Yeah, they've got the
population.
start.
Bigger population,
They've got the
exactly right.
start. Like it feeds on itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Volume begets volume.
Yeah.
Volume against volume.
Yeah,
So true.
and probably a
like
greater
that.
understanding of Betfair over there too. You know, I think that's what we spoke about last week. On
And
the
it's
show.
more mainstream, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't actually try and drive it out. Like,
Yeah.
didn't try and
More-
squash it. And
You gonna keep going here?
Yep, we're almost there. I also must pick Mark up on something he said a long time ago in response to him calling Canterbury Park. Is it only been that called recently? But I found an old newspaper from 1957 that uses the term Canterbury Park.
Too good, Teeny.
Not often that Mark's wrong, or maybe we should just check more often.
Yeah, maybe you should
Yeah.
try it more often.
I looked at a 1951 Sports Illustrated not Sports Illustrated, but Australian Sports. A 1951
Sports magazine.
sports magazine about racing at Canterbury, and they got 19,000 there on the Saturday at a Rose Hill meeting, and they were just took issues, and they got 22,000 at the trots the night before. And the writer wrote in 1949, maybe we should look at putting lights in at Canterbury to have night racing that will help us with these
In
dwindling
19
clouds.
These dwindling crowds.
Yeah.
They were still getting 20 to a midweek then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was dwindling in
the
1950.
bloke's article from 1949 said we need to look at putting lights in at Canterbury
Because they were so
because night
successful at
racing is so
trots.
successful at trots. How's that?
Wow.
Wow.
There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
70 years ago.
Is that a
Wow.
comment on the trots as well as the races as well too?
Well, it was just interesting because, you know.
Wow.
Anyway.
What were you doing snooping around?
No, Barry Cook, Michael's dad, asked me to drop all these magazines to Johnny Tapp's place.
Oh, right.
So I was doing Johnny Tapp a favour, which I do.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, well, it's because I was doing Barry Cook a favour.
This is a
And,
this is your first charity delivery video.
Well, it's not really charity delivery. I did it because I don't know. Anyway, because I was the only one going to Hawkesbury, and Johnny
Yeah.
Tapp was going to Hawkesbury that day.
Yeah.
So as I was going along, I was just
Actually, while you were driving, like you
I
drive.
don't doubt that.
yeah.
I don't doubt
I've
that.
got two eyes. I can read with one and look at the road. But it's interesting. Yeah, good kick on. Sorry, mate. Go down.
So, sorry, beautiful.
Please also.
Just TQ asked Matt to stop scratching his legs every time he talks. Anyone think he's got Glenn's
Yeah.
shin cancer?
Might be a nervous thing.
Oh, what about my chin cancer? I told you to move to my chest.
Oh, you got chest can.
Remember? Look how bad it is.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Look how bad that is. Look at that, Matt. Guess what?
Magnesium.
Bloody nothing. That's just been burnt off. Doctor said it's nothing. It's just a pimple under one of your moles. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Burn it off.
Yeah. So that was actually a treatment.
That's the burn. Yeah.
Ah.
I'm cured.
Yeah.
It's fucking joke.
Yeah, you are going to have to do the job
Yeah,
yourself. you know.
they said the test came back negative and you're going, yes. The cancer.
Negative.
Lupus? One last thing, yes, I was very busy with the election. Thanks, Glenn, for wondering where I'd gone. I stood outside the Plunkett Street School at Woolloomooloo for 10 hours straight on election day, outing out Greens had a votes card. It gets very boring in the afternoon, especially when you get hammered like we did in that electorate. Unlike in Mark's electorate, where we won the lower house seat, and I learnt last week that Penny Wong was actually handing out for the ALP in that electorate on election day. If I had known she was going to do that, I would have alerted Mark. Apparently she was being confused with our candidate who is also of Asian heritage.
It's true. Do you know, I think it's Jenny Leong.
Yeah.
Was the won the seat here, the Green.
Yeah.
And Penny was
helping her.
No, she was trying to thwart her.
Yes, because Penny's Labor.
I was going to say, why is she helping a green person? But I thought the Asian bit would stick together before the parties did. Didn't we?
Well,
Chinese Dave.
Yeah, Chinese Dave.
Who we miss?
Hey?
Where is he?
Chinese Dave, I'm looking after his dad a bit more.
Yeah. Right, yeah, well that's a very Asian thing to do, isn't it? And a good Asian, that's a really good Asian
That is a good Asian thing to do, because in Australia we can't wait till they fucking die because we need the inheritance.
Shane Anderson.
True, but I mean, you know, this place is disgustingly expensive, so we're desperate. That's why we're hanging out for the inheritance.
Yeah, to kill them and
Matt
get the house off.
tweeted out Eddie Stradberg tits, and obviously there was the standard stuff with shook handies and all that sort of stuff. Shane Anderson from what do they call that station now? Is
RSN.
RSN. Suggested.
Is that profiles?
No, that's RSP.
Racing and sports.
Racing Sports
Oh, no.
National. Shane Anderson suggested the Goes to Chief De Beers could be winning the Stradbroke now that the Stradbrokes are doomed.
That's awesome. That is awesome, because this is the first time the Stradbroke's been running Doomben.
Oh, okay.
For a while, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably would have been at some stage. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, but anyway.
But then again, they were
Chief-
warring factions too.
The way
weren't
Chief De Beers used to go, bloody thing.
They tell me that they haven't done a thing at Eagle Farm yet. Like, they have not turned a sod at Eagle Farm.
they? You'd hope so.
Is that right?
I've seen. I think they got to the stage where they dug it up, and I think
They have
it's
dug it
been
up, have they?
stalled for a while.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Well, actually, the funny thing was they
They
stopped
run out of
racing
money,
there, and for like another month, they hadn't started working on it. So
Wow.
it was like a waste, a massive waste.
Jeez. Anyway.
Because Brisbane's been under the pump with no Eagle Farm.
Oh, under the pump massively, and all the rain on top of it too.
But that's amazing. It rains a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, and just one other thing that was something from the weekend. Matt pointed out Williams and Oliver constantly gilded and slaughtered, held up no luck, too fast, getting lost on favourites goes unnoticed.
Matt
Yep.
Hanlon, yeah.
Who's that from Matt?
Matt Hanlon,
Matt Hanlon mentioned
member
that.
of Pro Better Alive, I think.
Oh, good man.
Part 2.
Part 2.